What's up, Party Rental people? Welcome to the Bounce House Bosses podcast, where real party rental business owners share their stories, struggles, and secrets to success. I'm your host, Tariq Al-Khatib with the Vet Hawk, and here's a quick preview of today's episode.
But we were just making mistakes, and I was like, if I'm dealing with these same mistakes, then somebody else is dealing, right? And so we're just still shocked and amazed that we're growing and have affected as many people. I say, when I went to college, I signed up for FAFSA so we could afford to go to college. Now colleges are paying us to do their events.
Perfect. What's up, Party Rental people? Today I am joined with Christian Paden, who also this is a really good episode I'm excited about because Christian is not only a party rental business owner, but he's also got a YouTube channel, Party Rental Mafia, that I really hope we get a chance to talk about, learn more. Christian, kick us off. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who the heck are you? Tell us about your party rental business and what makes you you, man.
Yeah. So, like I said, my name's Christian. One of the owners of Let's Bounce Inflatables. We're located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. We actually recently just branched off and started another like a party rental brand. It's for foam parties. So Get Foamed, which we're bringing to our area. So we're doing that as well. This is our 5th season in business. We started back May 2021, and it's been a fun journey. So I mean, my background a little bit. I'm a single kid. Grew up in a single parent home. I got 6 brothers and sisters on my dad's side. And
wow.
And went to college, did all of that stuff, trying to do stuff the right way, and somehow ended up in this party rental space, man, and we love it. So I figured like everything happened for a reason to get us here to this space. So
what did you go to college for?
So sport. Well, first I went for chemistry because I like
Chemistry
a lot.
Okay.
And it was kicking my tail. And then I was like, okay, it's either I'm about to flunk out of college or, so I switched it to sports management and then with a minor in business administration.
Okay.
Oh,
that's pretty close.
College, it was tough finding a job. I was working
imagine.
at Best Buy doing like some inventory sales support and stuff. And
that's what you were doing when you started business? You were working at Best Buy?
No, well, this is like 2013.
Okay,
Out of
gotcha.
college, couldn't find a job, working there, sales support, and I actually helped a customer on the floor, and they was like, "Man, you did a great job at customer service and interaction and stuff." So that was kind of my entry level into sales.
Wow.
And for about the next, I'd say 8 years, I was doing roofing sales, like with insurance claims for hail damage and stuff like that. So
wow. Oh, you go door to door and stuff? Was that you?
yeah, door to door.
Man, that's a tough job, bro. You did that for
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah, 8 years. 8 years.
Wow. That's crazy. What one customer said to you kind of changed your life. And then where did your bounce house business come in? What made you want to start that?
So met my wife Katie, and she was living up in Virginia and I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she had bought a house, but our relationship kind of took that point where it was like either she's moving to Charlotte or I'm moving up to Virginia. So since she had already had the house and we didn't want to go through the hassle of selling and then moving down and stuff, I was like, yes, I'll move up to Virginia. And so I've always kind of had this entrepreneurial spirit. And so her and I, while she was living in Virginia and I was in Charlotte, we was actually selling. We would go to like bin stores and we were just selling stuff that we would buy, we would resell it. Right. And I was like, well, I really don't want to find a job when I come up there to Virginia. Like I would really like to do something. And it was her idea. Like she was like, COVID, because it was May 2021. So we were just coming out of like the whole COVID thing. And she's like, all of these companies like this in our area have shut down and left. And she was like, we need this up here. So
bounce houses.
She knew the need for her area. Like
wow.
We didn't know anything about inflatables, anything. And it was just kind of like, let's do it. Like, because I knew some people that were doing it.
How many inflatables do you have now?
So we have 36 inflatables.
36?
We have
huge.
4 foam cannons. We have dunk tanks. We have tents, we have glitter tattoos, we have concessions. Yeah. So it's
Glitter tattoos. You guys
yeah.
doing it all, going real wide. I love it. I love it. So what? So were you doing sales right before you're doing insurance sales before you started?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
We went straight in kind of from that, and uh we actually didn't get on YouTube. We didn't get on the Facebook groups. Like, we didn't even know there to look. So I called a friend. He was like, yeah, man, I've been doing them. This is kind of what you need starting out. And we actually bought 4 units that are not commercial grade.
Uh,
Yeah. But it was from we didn't do any research or
you
understand it.
just jumped in. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
paralysis analysis. It was, we gonna jump in and take it full first. Our first rental went out for $75.
I hear that. I hear that. You
Yeah.
got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So where did I'm really interested. How did Party Rental Mafia come to play? Because interestingly, episode 1, Jeffrey Wing, what I didn't say in that episode is that you were there in the booth at IAPA
Yes.
when
Yeah.
he came through. And this man comes up to me right at the end of IAPA and he's like, Tariq, I just wanted to say hello. I started Party Rental Business. I watched all your videos and I love listening to you and to Christian Paden, Party Rental Mafia. I'm like, is this guy like, is this a prank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
He was like, he's
serious?
right there.
I'm like, he's right there. He's like, really? And it was so crazy that he just came to the booth and he's like, I love listening to you guys and Party, and you were right there. And then talk a little bit about that because you obviously played a role in his
Oh,
journey.
yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
watched that episode.
yeah, it was awesome. And I can't remember if I think that was my second year at Apple going. So, like the first year we went, somebody just recognized me from the t-shirt I had on, my company shirt I had on. And then the second year, I'm talking to you and then I kind of walk away and he comes up and then I still got the photo because we took the photo with us 3
Oh,
standing
that's
in.
right. You
And
gotta post that.
yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Like, he gave us a hug and everything. Like you said, he's
He's
like
a
a
big guy.
big guy, yeah. And he gives us a hug. He's like, I'm so thankful, I'm happy. And I mean, seeing what he's doing now, man, it's
Yeah,
awesome. And it happened fast.
it
So
does happen
it's
fast.
funny watching that episode and hearing him say like how his wife was like, I started the business license. Here's the first inflatable. Like, my wife and I had talked about it, went to bed. She was so excited that she woke up in the middle of the night, started it, and was like, here's the business license. So
Well,
it's kind of similar
that is
situation.
interesting. Oh, he's gonna watch this and he's gonna be like, that's all. It was all meant to be. That's really cool. So what? So you're this new guy in this business that you're still learning. What makes you the authority on making a YouTube channel? Like the audacity, some people would say, obviously not me,
Yeah,
but who
yeah.
are you to start teaching other people when you're still learning? How did all that happen?
So I mean, it was just saying like, hey, don't make the mistakes that we've made. We've made some costly mistakes, like we're trying to get to 500,000 is like our goal of trying to get to next. And but we were just making mistakes. And I was like, if I'm dealing with these same mistakes,
Hmm.
then somebody else is dealing with them, right? It's the same reason that these groups and everything's available is to share information, be a wealth of knowledge, build a community, a family, and help other people, succeed, right? Because it does help a lot when we have that help and that support right there to make the learning curve
Big time, big
a
time. So
lot,
it's
a lot
so it
better.
sounds like you were vlogging. You're pretty much documenting because like you started that channel way early in your journey, and it's just been
Yeah.
growing. So you kind of just been like vlogging, like, hey, here's what I learned this year, right? Like you've been
Yeah,
just
some of the stuff I
documenting.
was like, hey, here's some strategies, here's some things you can do. But what I'm kind of learning that works is if I can just kind of share what we're doing or
Just talk
story.
about it. Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
even informing or telling people, hey, this is what you should do, this is when you should do it, this is how you should do it. It's kind of showing you a way of doing
This
it,
is what
right?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah, we're all gonna have something that we might do the same in our business or something that we do different, but just like sharing it and be like, oh, that can help me out a lot. And
yeah.
so I mean that's the big thing with the Party Rental Mafia is has just been able to share that knowledge. So
Such a cool name. I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous, but it's okay.
you
I'm glad.
always
I'm glad.
tell
I'm glad you got it. What's your favorite part of owning a party owned business? What's been the best thing about it?
so I enjoy myself and get pleasure when people are having a good time, right? And if I can play a part in people having a good time and getting together. So that's probably the biggest thing. So when we started, we were all in the house because of COVID. We couldn't get out, we couldn't spend time with our friends, we
Mm,
couldn't spend time with our family, and so we were like, we need to get people together. So that's really the foundation and everything behind that. And my wife, she shares that same passion, right? And so we're just still shocked and amazed that we're growing and have affected of many people that we
yeah,
have.
that's
So
so cool.
that's probably the coolest thing of it all for me.
Absolutely. I'm with you, man. It does feel good. Like you said, that one customer at Best Buy changed the trajectory of your career, which probably caused you to meet your wife as well, and all these
Yeah,
things like the butterfly effect. And you're doing that every day for people. That is pretty cool.
yeah.
What's one thing you wish you knew sooner?
I wish I knew um to start implementing systems
Mm,
right away, right? Things that I'm doing, if you have to do something twice, three times, four times, 100 times, you probably need some kind of system in place for it so it gets done smoother and more effective, right? And just being able to do that, because once you start hiring on, you got to train these people to do that, right? And so if I would have known that sooner, oh, it would have
you
made,
have an example? What's an example of something that needs
I
assistance?
mean, even you talking how to load the trailer, you're talking um how to roll up the bounce house, how to set up the bounce house. Like as far and this is production stuff. Like we have stuff for our office manager to do, like video showing, hey, this is how you complete a booking. This is how we,
So
do
you
these.
have system. You're telling me you have a system for how to roll up a bounce house?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what is a system? Like you have it written down? Is it a video? Like if
It's a video. So what we do is
ah
We use Loom and because it transcribes and it uh, but yeah, we just sit there and we hit play and we record and we just document the whole process. So then when I need to
wow.
show somebody how you roll up a bounce house, I could say, hey, go watch. Here's your list of videos that you need to watch for your training. And then after you watch those videos, then we can go out in the field and do it. Like I can
Field.
see you do it here at the warehouse. And then by the time we go out in the field, you've been able to watch it, you see it. So
That is some next level stuff, man. You are the only other person that I've seen do videos and courses for you. Because you're right. Every job I do that for my guy. I actually just finished a tent course because I'm tired on going on all these tent jobs with my guys. So I put together a course and checklist. But every job I've had, I remember working at UPS. Man, I was in class for like 2 weeks. I was itching to get out there. Like
yeah.
they had me watching videos and taking classes and written stuff. So you're absolutely right. We don't do that in our own business, but then we wonder, how come I can't find good help? How come the guy at
Yeah.
McDonald's, those 16-year-olds are better workers than my well, because like you said, they have systems, they have classes. So that is really, really cool. I think not enough people talk about that. So
And
you
I mean,
record everything and you have them take a course and then they could go. That's
yeah,
really cool.
it'll get you out of the truck quicker. I still am in the truck sometimes from time to time, but I'm rarely in there. But that was kind of my whole goal is if I'm gonna focus on growing this thing. So
Mhm.
this is part of business. Employees tend to think more short term. We have to
Mhm.
think long term as the owner. So if we're still doing the task that we can pay somebody else to do because we feel, oh, they can't do it as good as I can, then we can't scale that way.
Absolutely. You're
So
absolutely right.
yeah,
No.
one thing Lionel showed me because he's one of our strategy coaches with you guys, right? And
Mhm.
our business coach. And so he showed us how we can take the transcript from Loom and upload it into the Event Hawk system and upload the video and they can watch the video and then we can create use chat GPT and stuff and we can create the questions where they can
The
answer the
quiz.
question.
I
Yeah, the
love that.
quizzes, and then at the end of it, they can get like a certificate for it. So he showed us that. We don't have it
Wow.
all figured out, but we're starting to work towards that way. So
I did not know you guys are doing that. Lionel's been holding out, man. That's
oh
awesome.
yeah.
That's really, really great, man. That's really cool. Wow. Tell me about, let's talk a little bit about a vet hawk. So what's been your favorite part about working with a vet hawk?
It's with me, man, it's the communication you guys bring. If we need any assistance with anything, we can reach out and somebody's going to be able to help us, right? And then I'm not talking to the same person for every single thing, right? Like if I need some assistance with Google Ads, I can get in contact with the Google Ads department. Because you guys do Google Ads, SEO for us. I mean, you guys help us with a number of things, really. But to be able to reach out to those people, and I have those dedicated people that I can reach out to, and they get it answered for me quick, or they show
Feels
me.
like you have a team, like a digital marketing team, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like we were trying to say, hey, let's do these automations because what we're trying to do is create Loom videos to send to clients
Mm.
depending on different stages that they're in the business, right? So if it's somebody that just got a quote, let's send them something that's following up to try to convert this, right? If it's somebody that
Wow.
has already booked and we're trying to add on something whether it's concessions or something, we can make a cool little video and send it. Or if it's about, hey, what to expect when we're coming out before the rental, so it can go smoother and quicker. You know what
Dang,
I'm
now you got my wheels turning. Like you could send a video of like you and your wife, like, hey, we're the owners, we live
yeah,
in the area. We'd love that's actually really
yeah,
smart, man.
yeah.
Would you consider doing that? Like with every quote, you send like a little YouTube video?
So what we've been doing with quotes, especially with the big clients, is I've actually been going through once we make the quote, we're gonna send it to them, but we create a Loom video and we go over, hey, I just want to pretty much make sure that, and we screen record. I want to make
Just
sure
for
that
that, for each client, you make a video.
we've been doing it for the big clients here recently,
Wow.
but it's like, hey, I want to make sure your information is correct. Here is what's included with your rental. Here's the price. If you see anything that's wrong or needs changed, let us know. We can get it done. To the big clients, it's just a separator, right?
Whew.
Nobody
You just embarrassed everybody else in your market. All your
look,
competitors are like, oh man,
nobody else is doing it.
nobody. That's wow.
Yeah. So and it's just little things to just kind of stand out.
Yeah. And
And
you trained your office manager to do this?
yep,
That's really
sure
cool,
did.
man. That's really
All I
cool.
had to do was record me doing it, save
One
it in
time.
Loom, and then she can watch it,
There you go.
So
That's the way to go. Man, you're an excellent learner and teacher. You know that you've clearly like I know we talked about some of this stuff, but so many people just hear stuff and then oh, that's cool, I'll do it, and then they don't do it. But you're actually
yeah,
doing this stuff. That's you. I remember we talked about it. You're like, man, I got to start doing this.
yeah.
A lot of people
It's
say that,
all
but the
out here.
fact that you're doing it is big, man.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
huge.
like we were talking about before the call, we have another daughter on the way, so this will be number 3, girl dad.
That's huge.
And thank you.
Your third
And
daughter.
yes, third,
Okay.
third. So we got twin 6-year-olds, and then we'll have a new one here in about 19 days.
Ooh.
We're trying to, start buying back that time, So
There you go. I love it. Buying back the time, man. That's great, man. But like we said, mid-season baby. When were the twins born?
they born in October.
See, they're
Yeah,
more considerate. They waited till the end of the season.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
this one, she's like, you're gonna be
She's like,
wrapped around my finger.
yeah, I'm here. She was actually supposed to be here like what 3 days before the 4th of July, so July 1st.
Oof.
And so yeah, I was like a busy weekend. Like
Busy weekend, man. You gotta that'll be the true test of your leadership with your
yeah,
team
yeah, yeah, for sure.
to
For
see
sure.
how they can do. Well, hopefully, you and you guys both come out of that. It's a blessing, man. It's a huge blessing. What kind of impact has working with Event Hawk had on your business?
Oh, a lot of impact, man. It makes it easier for us to keep track of people through the funnels. Um, just communicating the automations of it. Like it makes our customers feel like, hey, somebody's responding, they're getting back to me. I don't have to wait a long time. The impact as far as with the ads, whether it's Facebook or it's Google, man, like the grid that they show us in the report you guys send us, we're one all across it except for like one little spot in the bottom right, and we're like number 2, and we're like
Uh,
okay, that's fine. Like that
That's
out
fine. It's on the outer
that
area.
area
That's
is far
awesome.
away anyway. So the impact of that, because people tell us all the time, they say, we see you guys everywhere. You're all
Oh,
over Facebook, when you're on Google. I mean, we're coming up first, like from the SEO standpoint and the Google My Business page, and then with the ads, you'll see us boom, boom, boom. It's funny, even one of our competitors who we're friends with since Charlottesville, I think Super Fun. He's actually uses you
oh.
guys as well with the Vent Hawk, and he brags about you guys all the time as well.
Tom's a great guy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
he,
Tom.
wa- he was telling Lionel, he was like, man, these guys less bounce, man. I'm hearing good things about them. People are seeing them everywhere. They're making it tough on me. So it's all, it's all in
That's
good fun. But yeah, we enjoy him. They do a great job. But I mean, he
he's got
even
an indoor center though, right? He's focused on doing like indoor stuff.
yeah, he does indoors. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
Mhm.
cool. So it's what you just said is something that we talk about a lot. It's the mere exposure effect, which is when you see somebody everywhere, you start to trust them just by merely being exposed to them. There's this psychological phenomenon when you keep seeing something over and over, you start to say, "Man, these guys must be the real deal." And it sounds like you've invested in that because we've done the work, but you've invested. You've hired us, you've paid for the ads. Have you ever had a point where you were like, "Man, I'm spending way too much money on marketing. It might not be working." Have you ever had doubts, and then how did you get through that? Because a lot of people be like, "Man, that's because it's not cheap, but
Yeah,
clearly it's
yeah.
it's worth it for you guys." So how do you kind of reconcile that with yourself?
So, as you know, we're with BCN, and so as far as with the integration and being able to actually track it as good as you can, like with IO, for example, um, it's not as in sync as it is like with
Hmm.
Event Hawk and IO. But from our standpoint of still seeing um, the numbers and everything, like it's it's gravy. Like we know when our slow season is, we know when to scale things back and when to dial it up. And it's actually helped just going with you guys for multiple seasons and saying, hey, this is what your history has looked like.
Hmm.
And so during this time of the year, you might need to scale back on the phone and you might need to focus more on your photo booth, right? Um, and so from that regard, it's been fine with us. It's from learning what stage of the season do we need to push certain things and when do we need to scale back so that it makes sense. So
Did you ever have doubts or concerns like when starting out, like for example, before you even started working with us, when you were considering hiring a marketing company, how do you know? Because a lot of people are at that point with like, Christian, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to hire Event Hawk. I'm gonna stay on Facebook Marketplace or keep doing it myself.
yeah,
How do you know when it's time to hire a marketing company? And how do you know that you're hiring the right marketing company? Because there's a lot of
yeah.
companies out there that just don't know the industry, or I've worked with a lot of marketers who my phone would ring, like I said in the book, for house rentals instead of bounce house rentals. So two questions. How do you know when you're ready to hire a marketing company? And how do you know which marketing company to choose?
Yeah. So how do you know when you're ready? So I'll tell you the way I knew that we were kind of ready. Of those four bounce houses that we had that weren't commercial grade,
Hmm.
I actually watched one of your YouTube videos on how to make a Google ad, right?
Mm.
And you were saying, hey, if Google recommends this, don't do it. This, that, and the third. And so I literally kind of just formatted it for my area, but followed that video step by step. And those units were going out like
Mm.
every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, they were going out. And I was like, okay, we can do a better job at this if we hire these people to do it. And so
Mm.
but I would say when I think if you want to get out there, you just have to kind of trust yourself, right? I don't know if there's really a wrong or right time to do it. A lot of people may think that, hey, I need to be a certain size. I need to have certain amount of rentals under my belt. You really don't have to get yourself out there, right? It's
Mm.
all about gaining attention, right? Now, if you're doing the stuff that's like, hey, I'm posting on Facebook myself. I'm sending out marketing emails myself.
Right.
That's all fine and dandy, right? But if our competitors are first on the list on there on Google Ads and they're showing up SEO, we're behind the curve, no matter at what stage. So, and if people don't click on them, your ads, you're not really getting
You're not
charged
gonna
on
pay.
anyway, unless you're just the company that you're paying to do your ads, right? And if you're paying a good company to do your ads, you're gonna get clicks on them. That's been my experience. What was the second part?
How did you know that Event Hawk was the right choice?
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys, this experience in the company, you were doing what we were doing,
Okay.
right?
So working with somebody who's doing what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Right. I'm in a referral group. I have a local guy. He's like, man, when you gonna let me do your SEOs? Like, and I'm real good friends with him. Like, give him referrals, and I'm like, never. Like, but it's almost like a cultural thing, right? You guys know what it takes, right? Because you're doing the same thing for the Bounce My House, right? You guys are running ads, so
Right.
that's how we kind of knew it was right for us versus just having somebody that doesn't understand our niche. So
It's interesting. People ask me the opposite. When it's like my brother-in-law's like, hey, when are you going to do my SEO? I'm like, never. Exactly what you just said. Like, I work with one specific industry and I like it. If I start working with you, I have to learn it and I'm not going to be good at it. We're going to
yeah,
have, you're not going to like me no more because I don't know it, and I'm not going to enjoy it. So it
yeah.
is, I do tell people all the time, I'm your
And you
guy
know,
if you're party rentals, but if you're doing something else, you're a plumber, doctor, you need to find the best use of your time is to find somebody that specializes with that niche. But I really like something you said that you started running your own ads. Now, do you recommend, because I think that's really interesting. A lot of people actually hire us, interestingly, after they watch that video on how to run your own Google ads. And that blows my mind. Like, here I am showing people how to do it for free, and then they come like, I'm just going to pay you. Do you recommend that? Do you recommend everybody learn how to run their own Google ads first before hiring a company?
I mean, I recommend that you have some insight on it and you know
Mm,
what goes into it, right? That's the kind of big thing, and understanding like your numbers, right? Your cost per click, your conversions, and who you're going after, right? Because if not, you're not going to recognize like, hey, you might see, hey, I'm getting some clicks, but then why is nobody booking on my
right.
web? But then that means my Google ads are working, but I need to fix something on my website. But yeah, I think you just have to you just got to not be afraid to get out there with it. If you want to do it yourself, you can, but you're going to see that if it's not something that you're doing, like dedicating your whole time to for it, that you're going to hit this like plateau and it's going to be hard to continue to grow. And that's what it was for me, right? I was like, I can easily follow his video and just try to replicate this for this and this and this. But I was like, is that going to work for long term?
Bro,
Right.
two things. How is your camera following you? And second of all, your teeth are so white. I know other people are watching this thinking the same thing. My God, I'm impressed. You gotta send me
Oh no,
whatever
I have
toothpaste you're using.
it's a Osmo Pocket 3.
Okay, that's all
So
right. I forgot you got a YouTube channel. Oh, you got the good stuff.
it's
Okay,
got the
I'm like,
well, you
that's
upgraded your
so cool.
background after that one video we did. So
Oh yeah, I was at the warehouse.
yeah, I was gonna
So
try to have my backdrop, but we had a school just book last
no,
minute and they
this is
was
perfect. This is real,
yeah, we're
bro.
in the
This is
warehouse,
real.
we're in the office.
This is real. It's funny what you said though. People ask me like, Tariq, if you sell Google Ads, how are you going to teach people how to do Google Ads? And I tell people,
Pause, hold up. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you got to do down there. And if you know somebody who you think can benefit from this, please go ahead and share this with them. It's a lot of work doing all this for free, so it would help us if you went ahead and shared it. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to work with Event Hawk to get the results like these guys were getting, or if you just want some of our freebies, go ahead and comment the word podcast or text the word podcast to 708-401-6465. Again, that's 708-401-6465. And when you comment or text the word podcast, we'll send you all of the resources from this episode and other episodes for things like the Bounce House School book, how to book a call or book a demo with Event Hawk to see if we can help you with your party rental business, how to get 0% funding so you guys can buy more inventory and have a dirty warehouse like me, and how to get just our templates and all of our freebies. So with that, thank you again for watching. Back to the show.
People how to do Google ads. And I tell people, I would rather sell to I would rather somebody hire me who knows a thing or two about Google ads than somebody who doesn't. Because if you don't know, every day you're going to be calling me, how come I'm not getting bookings? How long does this take? Why is this like that? Why, like you said, but if you understand it, then you'll understand, okay, my cost per click is this. It takes time. This is, I'm getting clicks, but not bookings because it could be the website. And we can have a lot more engaging conversations. And that's what we love to do. Like when we send that text every 2 weeks, we say, hey, here's how your ads are doing. If you have questions, just text us back and we can set up a meeting. And it's so much better when we can have conversations with people who know a thing or two about Google ads than somebody who's just like, hey, I need more bookings and I don't know why. And it's like, there's a lot of factors. So I think that's really important. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned competitors. Some people are like, oh, well, my competitor's using Event Hawk, or I have to use a different marketing company than my competitor, or I can never do what Christian is doing because Christian just doesn't know what it's like to have so many competitors. Or I'm in a market where everybody's just undercutting everybody and competition is making it so that no matter what I do, I can't grow. What is your philosophy on competitors?
So, I mean, we're aware of our competitors, but we focus on, I'm a sports guy too. We focus on less bounce a lot of time. I can't control my competitors.
Focus on you. Okay.
Yeah, I can't control them, right? I can't control what their prices is. I know what it takes me to run my operation and what I need to make on a daily. You know what I'm saying? To stay in business and then to be profitable. And so my numbers can't be the same as my competitors, right? They might not have their truck wrap. They might not have workers' compensation insurance like we do. They may not have full insurance. A lot of people in this industry still don't even have the business license to be doing it, right? And that's like the cheapest thing to do is to just start it. That's a one-time thing, you know, unless like in our state, we have to pay like $50 each year to renew.
Each year, yeah, which is
Yeah,
nothing.
that's fine. That's the bare minimum right there, right? And so for us, we just try to focus on us, right? People can say the price. We know who we want our customers to be, and that's been the big difference because like we are the most expensive in our area, right?
Really?
Yeah, we don't try not to be, right? Because the service that we're providing is premium, right? I'm not the bounce house manufacturer selling you the bounce house. I'm giving you the experience, right? Our clients are the ones that need our service, right? They have the problem. Who has the problem? They do. We are the solution to the problem. Whew. Here's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
that's perfect.
Yeah, but I mean, we're aware of what they're doing. And I mean, a lot of stuff on our competitors, you can find out online. Like you can find out from public records who actually has a business sole proprietorship or LLC or.
So what do you say when somebody calls you and says, dang, you guys are so much more expensive than everybody else?
Yeah, we tell them pretty much, yes, we're not the most expensive and we're not the cheapest, right? But if you've had a chance to view our Google reviews and hear what our clients have to say, you know, we actually picked up the phone. So if they were cheaper than I am, what made you call me? Right. If they're cheaper, then why'd you call me? You know,
I picked up the phone. They probably didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Our website is, I mean, it's pretty much ease of use for our clients. It's pretty simple to where that they can book it and find all the information that they need, right there. And so for us, it's not really a problem. We know we're not going to get everyone. Like at the beginning of this, I said, we got 36 inflatables, such and such this. If everything in my inventory goes out, there are still people in my area that are going to need inflatables and stuff like that, right? So, but no, we wish all of our competitors the best. We actually had one where we had rented like our snow cone machine, both our snow cone machines out, and then somehow we double booked one, and so we actually had to call somebody and get one from him. So
Yes.
I mean, it's good to have a good
Yes.
relationship with certain competitors and stuff. But for us, if we're going to have that relationship, then if there's an event where I may have to send one of my customers to you or something like that, then you got to be up to par, right? Because we got it.
Absolutely. How do you, what's the most important thing for keeping, so you're somebody watching this be like, yeah, Christian's right, I'm gonna raise my prices. Okay, but that's one side of the equation. The other side is you got to deliver. You got premium prices, you got to have premium service.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in these groups talk about raise your prices, raise your prices, raise your prices. But how are you going to show the customer? Because they just look at a website. All of our websites look the same. Let's be honest. They all look similar. It's all like, all they see is, oh, this guy's just more expensive. How do you deliver premium service, Christian?
So I mean, with us, it starts from the initial, right? If you call, like if I answer the phone or someone answers the phone, it's thank you for calling Let's Bounce. It's Christian speaking. What can I get you information on? Right. Well, first of all, how did they even find my number? Right. So using you guys having our SEO, that's premium. We're pulling up first, right? People know if we're up there ranked first, that means something, right? Or
Okay.
Facebook ads we're pulling up. If you go to my Facebook page, you can literally scroll and see posts multiple every single day. So we're active. We
So
actually
you're posting. So hold on. So you're posting on your own page. So if they go on your page, they're like, oh, this company's active versus some of these other guys haven't posted in 3 months.
yeah, on our Facebook page,
Okay.
there's posts. There's for some days there's multiple posts a day. There's some that's in real time. There's some that's scheduled, but it's you can just and you see that we're active, right? Nobody wants to do business with somebody that's not busy. They want somebody that's busy because you
Right.
actually do this. And so how they find us first by SEO, Facebook ads, our word of mouth, all of that stuff. And then when they contact us, we're finding out. We're cutting out all the other stuff. It's like, hey, thank you for calling. What do you need information on? I'll be glad to get you information on X, Y, and Z. And like, here's what we can do. Right.
That's an interesting way to answer the phone. Is there a specific reason you answer the phone that way?
So nobody's what are people calling us for?
To get information.
Get information on something. You know, how far can you set this bounce house up from an outlet? That's information, right? What's your price on the inflatable? That's information. What's your rain policy? That's information, right? So they're calling for some type of information, right? And it's just kind of getting it out of them without actually having to be salesy, I'd be glad to get you information on that, right? And then we just start building the rapport and the conversation.
You're not pushy. You're just giving them information, and then by them hearing your personality, how helpful you are, that's naturally going to make them inclined to do more business with you. Is that what that is?
Yeah. And for us, man, a lot of our business comes from word of mouth and repeat business. And that's kind of how we structured our business to be, because we want to do a good job to where people want to refer us and people want to use us over and over again. All right. So there's a movie Pain and Gain where he was like, the key to new business is repeat business. Like, it's not always, but I think that's funny. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true, because it's new business for 2025. Like, they're not guaranteed to come back just because
very true.
just because they rented from me 3 years in a row doesn't mean that they're entitled to have to rent from me the next 3 years. So we try to do a good job to keep them and extend the lifespan of the customer while we're getting new leads and stuff.
So okay, so you answer the phone, you're helpful. How are you doing most of your bookings? Are most people booking online or booking over the phone or booking through the EventHawk app?
Yeah. So a lot of people click on our EventHawk pop-up that come in. It's almost like half and half, to be honest. A lot, because we do a lot of schools and churches that are tax exempt and stuff like that. And so with those, we book those manually, because there's no way on our website to say, hey, I'm tax exempt, or everybody would be trying to say they're tax exempt. right? And so I just don't want to deal with that headache. But yeah, they it's like half and half.
Okay.
So like we're talking to everybody, right? And so we want to, because then what are we trying to upsell? Damage waiver. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to add on concessions or glitter
Cotton
tag.
candy.
Yeah, cotton candy, phone parties. And so when they book on their own, if they don't get it, then it's our job to reach out to them and let them know, hey, we got your booking. Thank you, yada, yada. See if there's anything else that they would like to add to their event, So
Are you doing your own deliveries, or you have a crew now?
so we got a crew, we got 2 trucks running. We have about 6 guys.
6 guys. So
That help.
how do you make it so that you get repeat business? Like, obviously the phone, you sold them. Now, what do you do with the day of the event with the delivery and all that stuff to make sure that they get a good
Yeah.
experience when you're not the one delivering?
Yeah. So once we get everything loaded, we let the customers know that we have it loaded, and then we call them or text them, and let them know, hey, we're en route with your castle bounce house. We're if we're like 30 minutes away, I'll say like we're like 35 minutes away, just to give me that little grace period. I show up a little early, and so it's like, oh man, you guys are well on time, and but we show up when we get out of the car. I'm about to drop our process right here for when we go set up and deliver. So once we get to the house, I have if there's a crew working, the production assistant, he'll go put our yard sign out by the road.
Production assistant. Whoa. What the heck is a production assistant?
Well, I mean, it's like the delivery driver and the delivery driver assistant, but we just call them production lead and assistant.
Okay.
But yeah.
Wait. That's you're clearly very intelligent. And
well, they're doing production work, right?
None of these things are you just drop things like, I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let that go, bro. You call your delivery drivers production lead and production assistant. Why?
Well, it's delivery driver or assistant, like even from a hiring standpoint, right? If I'm saying, hey, here's a delivery driver job, or here's a production lead or a production assistant, I'm probably gonna go for the production lead or assistant, right? That's just
sophisticated.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it's the same thing with our customers. So just that premium service. But the production lead, he'll go knock on the door. He'll talk to the customer, build some rapport, see where we're going to set up the inflatable. And he's going to scan the area, make sure that it's fine, that we can set up there. And he's going to start prepping the client, say, listen, we got 2 main goals in mind today. One is to do a great job setting up your castle bounce house. And 2 is that we did such a great job setting up your castle bounce house that you'll leave us a positive review.
Woo, right there.
Boom.
Setting expectations.
Right.
Before you even do anything yet.
Yeah. Being direct, sincere about it, and then we'll go set up the inflatable. The assistant will be finishing up. The lead will go back and get the client. Hey, Miss Jones, we're just finishing up setting up your castle bounce. Let's just go take a walk around and make sure that you're 100% happy with everything. We show them that it's staked, that it's cone, that it's got a impact mat, that there's a safety sign, how we got the extension cord and the blower, and we show them how to turn it off, how to turn it on, that it's clean. We ask them, hey, are you 100% satisfied with our setup today? Once they say, yeah, great, that's what we want. That's the perfect time for us to then go back and say, hey, I just want to revisit and follow up on those 2 main goals from earlier. Could you leave us a positive review? It really helps our company and let people know that they can trust us, right? And so most of the time, what are people going to say? They're going to be like, yeah, sure, especially if everything's good and on time. So we don't actually send reviews by like email or text message unless we dropped off and nobody was there. We got some Tap 5 cards and the Google review cards, and we pull them on the spot, tap it to their card or scan it with the QR code, let it pull up, and we see them do the review before our guys has even left.
Man, bro, let me tell you something. I'm just glad you're not my competition. That's all I'm thinking right now. I'm glad this guy's not in my market. I do a good job. We do a lot of those things, but you got it systemized and perfected, man. And then
Yeah.
Watch out, watch out.
Yeah.
How many
So
reviews do you guys have?
we incentivize the guys because it pushes them more to do it.
How do
Right.
you incentivize them?
So, I mean, we're doing like, if you're solo and you get the review, it's $10. If you're in a crew of two, you're splitting it, so $5 each. If they mention your name in the review, we give you an extra $5. Right. And so
Okay.
but I mean, we really went from, because we never pushed reviews, and we're about, because I've been in like business a long time, and well, 5 years, so I've hit that threshold, but probably less than 100 reviews last year, and now we're at like 175 5-star. So
Already. Wow.
yeah, and most of them's from like late 2024 to now.
So you just started doing the system.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And it's been taken off.
So obviously 5 years to get 100 reviews and then 70 in just a few months. That's crazy. Wow, congrats, man. That's big.
But we take pictures and of the setup, and then through the BCN driver app and everything. Like once we do it, it'll actually send it to the customer so they can see all the pictures and everything. And so and sometimes we're so busy that we have to deliver the day before, and we'll do it at like no additional charge just to make sure we can get to everybody's on time. People love getting a bounce house early, so
of course.
it just helps us to where people want to come back.
Let's talk about your logistics a little bit. So you do day before delivery sometimes. What about cleaning? You got a warehouse obviously right now. That's where you are. So do you do your cleaning on site, or do you bring everything back and clean it at the warehouse?
So most of the time we clean it at the warehouse. If it goes out and like we pick it up late and we can't clean it at the warehouse and it goes out the next day, then we'll clean it on spot at the delivery. But we'll make sure that we're there early enough. We usually tell them if we're delivering the day before, we're going to be there an hour to 4 hours before your event. And that's going to give us time to set up and get it clean. The way that we keep it organized in the warehouse is we pretty much have a whiteboard, and we have a side that says clean, a side that says dirty, and we have like some magnets, and they're color coordinated. So red is our standard, yellow is combos. Then we have like the interactives, which is orange, and water slides are blue. And so each time anyone goes out, whether it's indoors, outdoors, we move it over to the dirty side. And once we clean it, we move it back over. If it's dirty and it's in the warehouse and we know we have to deliver it, we can check the board, see that it's dirty. That lets my crew know, hey, when we go set this thing up, we're going to have to clean it.
So you have a warehouse and you have 36 inflatables and you've been in business 5 years. A lot of people have maybe more inflatables and they've been in business longer, but don't have a warehouse. Talk to me about how you knew it was time to move to a warehouse, when you knew, and what kind of impact this had on your business.
So we knew it was time to get a warehouse when we were operating out of our house and we had like a 10 by 20 shed. And then we had to get another storage unit away from our property just to fit everything. And we was like, oh no, this is like too complicated.
Too much.
It was climate controlled, so it was indoors. Like it was a hassle, right? But we actually, I'll go back a minute. When we first started the business, I had a Mazda 6. Katie had an Acura TLX. We didn't have a truck. We didn't have a dolly. We didn't have anywhere to store them. We used to store them in her parents' shed. We used to clean them at her parents' house. We used to deliver it in her dad's truck. And so, but once we started getting those things and we got so big, you will get so tired of flipping inflatables out of like a little shed, and like you need the one that's all the way in the back. And so you have to take 10 other inflatables out to get it.
Don't miss that.
It's a headache. The impact that it's had on our business is just so much organization. I mean, sometimes it looks like a wrecking ball came through, which I'm pretty sure if you're in the industry, you're probably aware of that. But I mean, just from being able to label everything, here's where this goes, here's where that goes. Our guys know when they come in and they're unloading the trucks, here's where my stakes go, here's where my blowers go, here's where the units go. Like, let's do it. So
Now, being in Virginia though, man, like you're shut down half the year, and like, was that a big factor for you? Like, how am I going to afford a warehouse? What made you take that jump, and how did you
Yeah,
know it was you weren't gonna, you still got to pay bills in February, even though you got no rentals?
yeah. I mean, it was either that or leave them outside. The, the hustler in me, I'm like, I've worked 1099 so long from doing roofing. I can find a way to get it right. Right. Some of the other things we did was like the phone, I mean not the phone, the photo booths. So we do a lot of photo booths event once it gets cold outside, once the snow comes, right?
Mm.
You do the glitter tattoo stuff, right? And then people still rent indoors. Like people think we shut down. We don't shut down.
You don't shut down
Like,
completely?
yeah. And then even when it is like, even if we're not doing rentals, like January last year, I probably did 3 rentals the whole time. But guess what we were doing inside the warehouse
Mm.
on the phone, selling. So
Really?
yeah, that's I mean, because
Who are you selling? Are you calling people like ahead of time, or
yeah. We're trying to get people to start rebooking. We go after those people first.
in
So,
January?
yeah.
How far
I
out do
mean,
you call?
well, I mean, because think about it, schools are coming up. Field day,
Schools,
like
right?
I'm still in my field day right now. So like my guys, I've had some guys they're probably like on day 11 in a row. Just what it is, right? But so we got to start planning for those school field days, those church events that are getting ready to come. And plus we're calling the VIP customers. Like, through Event Hall, you can have in your contacts, bulk contacts, and you can put them in groups. So
Mhm.
we can have like a VIP client list.
Ah, you got a
And
VIP list. I
yeah, we're
see.
making sure that hey, you're getting on the schedule and you can get the items that you want and need because you rent with us every year, right? So um, and whether they're paying their deposit or the full balance, which they'll do, I mean, it helps during the slow season. Like if we just completely shut down, it makes it a little more tougher.
Yeah, yeah. At least cover rent.
Yeah.
That's smart. What's one thing? What's one piece of advice you have for somebody just starting out in the business?
So, if you're just getting started, don't be scared about the unknowns.
Hmm.
Things are going to happen. Like jump in, do your research. Don't do what I did and not do your research. Just jump in, but don't get analysis paralysis. That's the one thing that's going to
Analysis paralysis.
hold you up. And don't cut corners, right? A lot of people see this as a side hustle, man. They see this as something extra. It's not a side hustle. This full-blown grown man, grown woman business. Approach it like that. You're gonna get your ideal clients, right? Like I tell my wife all the time, I say, when I went to college, I signed up for FAFSA so we could afford to go to college. Now colleges are paying us to do their events because
Ah, that's
structure
crazy.
and set up our stuff,
Full circle.
we can get those clients. Like we get Walmart distribution, we get Merck, we get Hollister, we get these
That is
big,
so cool.
big companies that um we wouldn't have got before. You don't have to have the inventory to be able to get like people think they have to have this big inventory to start going after schools. You don't. All you got to do is put yourself out there, right? I mean, that's what happened when we first started going after schools. Like the first thing I ever did going after schools was I watched a video on pretty much sending out the letters and stuff
The
in
letters.
the donation dollars and learning
Mhm.
that donation dollars doesn't mean actual money. It means some value with it, right? And so we kind of did that to get the ball rolling. So, and we didn't have a big inventory. We probably had like 4 to 6 commercial grade units. And we were going after schools, we were going after churches, we were going after corporations. So just dive in,
Amazing.
learn it. And I mean, this industry has been great for us. It's changed our lives. It's continuing to, it's changing other people's lives, and we're just glad to be a part of it, really.
I love it. I love it. Are you part of our mentors program?
I don't think so.
Are you?
I think you asked me, and I was on a cruise. We went on, and you asked me about the book, but I was on back-to-back cruises. And so,
Oh,
no, but I was like, didn't have time now.
no, I
Like
understand.
she works from home. So she was able to take her computer on the cruise and still be working. I was like,
Well,
Like,
for anybody watching this, we have a list of mentors. So if somebody's watching this and they'd like to talk to you and get mentored by you, is that something you're open to?
yeah. They can call me. I'm
I
definitely to share
bet.
the information.
So get with Lionel, and by the time this episode goes live, we'll have you on there. So if you just type in the word podcast in the comments, or you text us the word podcast to 708-401-6465, we'll send you guys a list of mentors, and you'll be on there by then, and they could just click and it'll show, they could book a call with you and all that. And I think that'll be really cool. There's different flavors and everything. You got this, Virginia
Oh,
being more on the East Coast, that could be helpful. Anything else you want to end with? Anything else you want to share?
let me think. I don't know. I think it was pretty good. I like this guy.
That's good. No, you did great, man. You did great. Here, I'll give you an easy one here. What's one thing, if for somebody just starting out or somebody kind of newer, and this will be the last thing we'll end with, what do you recommend them buying or not buying? What are some things you regret buying, some things you wish you bought sooner?
Oh, either combo bounce houses, or people call them 5-in-1s, and there's different terms for them. We call them combo bounce houses with slides.
Mhm.
Those, and probably some water slides starting out, man. Those are always good. My actually standard ones go out a ton in the winter time, like when it
Winner.
gets cold and they want them indoors and they're a little smaller to fit. I would say get those. We don't really do the gender specific too much. We have a few of them. But I'll say whatever you do get, like, push the heck out of it, because it's going to be all that you have. It's going to become a popular unit for you if you do it right. And then from there, buy multiple of the popular units. It's going to make your life so much
Yes.
easier. Because why get all of these different one-off units, and can only take it here or there? Like, I want 3 people. My Royal Combo unit is my most popular unit. If I had 4 of those things, it would make my life a lot easier, because I could drop one off here, rent multiple out in one day. If some's dirty and then a new one would have to go out, I would be able to say, well, let me just take the clean one, and then we can
I
bring the
see.
dirty ones back. So,
It does make it easier.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good
So as
advice.
far as if you buying them, like, and look into the manufacturer and the quality of what they do, as far as they stitching, the type of material, the type of Velcro that they use, how they communicate with you. And like me, I don't try to get all kind of these ones from different brands. I like my preferred distributors and manufacturers for my units, right? And I just build a relationship with them and keep buying from them, is how we do it. So.
What's one piece of equipment you regret buying that you recommend people don't buy it because it's not going to run well, especially if you're just starting out?
So one's an accessory. I bought a deflator. Oh my God.
Ooh.
I bought
Yeah,
the
those things
deflator.
are annoying.
Yeah, don't get the deflator. I bought it's not the prettiest unit. It was like a monster truck bounce house, but that thing right there doesn't go out for me. And
Really? I've been wanting one of those.
yeah, I mean, if you get a nice looking one, then you'll be fine. Like, I think mine's is kind of basic.
Uh-huh.
But I would say watch out for which interactive you get, unless you're just trying to be a company that only has like interactives, right?
When
Because
you say, what do you mean when you say
like
interactives?
like an interactive game or something,
Games.
like an axe throwing or a soccer dart. We have those and they go out, but like, if you're starting out, get something that these people are going to use, right? They
Every
want
weekend.
slides, they want bounce houses.
Yeah.
And so combos fit that, slides fit that. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest mistakes I made, buying a lot of interactives. Because guess what? The biggest company in my area had a lot of interactives. I'm like, I want to be them, so I'm gonna get
Yeah.
what they get. And then it just sat there for
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. You want to get the stuff that's gonna go, and it will go out for schools and
Yeah.
stuff, but that's like what, 1 week out of the year? You want stuff
Yeah.
that's gonna go out every weekend when you're
All
first
the
starting
time.
out.
All
Yep.
the time when you first start, because that's what's gonna get
Cash flow. Christian,
you.
this has been amazing. Thank you so much, man. Check out Christian's channel, Party Rental Mafia, right? On YouTube. Great channel. And then type in the word in the comments or text the word podcast to 708-401-6465. And then you could get a hold of Christian and learn more from him.
Okay.
Thank you again so much, man. Appreciate you. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
All righty.
Thank you again for watching the podcast. Thank you to our guest. Thank you to you guys for watching, for sharing. Don't forget, if you guys want the information and the links and resources mentioned in this episode, go ahead and comment podcast or text the word podcast to 708-401-6465. Again, that's 708-401-6465. And if you're interested in learning about EventHawk services, we'll have a link there to schedule a free demo with us. No commitment. You don't have to commit. Just schedule a time with us and subscribe to this podcast. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys want to see more of, who you guys want me to interview next. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'm Tariq with EventHawk. I'll see you on the next one.